there's no official data coming out of the US government because of the US government shutdown. Now, this makes the Fed's job very hard. The Fed is set to decide on rate cuts next week, October 29th, 2025. So, what is the Fed meant to do? Basically, there are private sector data that they can look at. So we have the ADP employment data, which showed weakness in the labor market. And then again, we have the University of Michigan sentiment data that showed actual positivity in the inflation numbers. Now, CPI data is set to be released with a 9-day delay on Friday, and that could actually help the Fed. But in the absence of all this data, what they do have is the Beige Book. That's a collection of surveys from the various Federal Reserve banks across the United States. Now, this survey has told us that while consumer spending has been resilient, it is softening. But more importantly, they also talked about hiring slowing. Now, given that the Fed has been very focused on the weakness in the labor market, it's quite likely that they would cut rates next week. We've also heard from several Fed presidents who have confirmed that they would back a rate cut next week. Now, the Fed's projections last month showed us that the decision was very close between lowering rates in October and not lowering rates, and we think there could be some uncertainty this time as well when the Fed decides on Wednesday. One thing I know for sure is that Fed Chair Powell is going to be quite harsh about the data not coming out of the US government because of the shutdown, and he might use this a little bit against Washington.